Thursday. Do me a favor as you come in, hit that like button, say what's up in the chat. Most of all, guys, hit that like button. Say where you watching from so you can get a shout out in the chat. And welcome to Cozy Corner TV, the daily live stream. My name is Kieran Smith. Call me Q. And what's up, y'all? We're back on the corner. So let's jump right into what we're looking at tonight. All right, we got Stephen A. Smith first up on the list, right? Ice at the Super Bowl. Really? My thoughts on Bad Bunny halftime latest. Still rocking with the Bad Bunny news because it's the latest, greatest news, right? We'll switch gears and we'll go to Bill O'Reilly. Super Bowl halftime controversy. Bad Bunny and the NFL's culture war. So Bill O'Reilly's going to talk a little bit about the problem or some of the fuss over Mr. Bad Bunny being the Super Bowl pick. We'll switch gears and go to After Hours with Anton Daniels. Shout out to Anton Daniels. I thought I was subscribed to Anton, but it might be with my other channel. Bad Bunny being picked for the Super Bowl is disrespectful. Anton says Anton says he doesn't respect the country. So we reacted to a couple things here on the channel before by Anton. Hey, we know Anton Lee's pretty conservative. I'll explain to you guys a little bit more why so much of the fuss. Because I've had some people say, why is there so much fuss over, Bad Bunny doing this? And I talked a little bit about it last night. And just how, when we're talking about not MAGA America, because you got people being a little extreme, but just conservative, very conservative leaning America, there's just certain things that Bad Bunny has partaken that they don't want to see, So we're going to take a look at what Anton's talking about. We'll switch gears and we'll go over to Newsmax. Shout out to them. Democrats fooled by Trump's hat trick. So he had a 2028 Trump hat on his desk, and it got a couple people in the office riled up. We'll go to Sam Faye Reacts. Shout out to Sam Faye, our favorite grandmother on the channel. Military fitness standards just changed. Soldiers are furious. So we got Pete Hegseth up on the stage talking about, check this out. No more fat military. I'm trying to figure out, when did this change? I'm talking to my wife and I'm like, when was it? Okay, no more beardos, because somebody said that to JD Vance. And I'm like, when was it okay for someone in the military or active duty to have a beard? Now, listen, the standards are different for every branch. I was in the Marine Corps. So if this stuff is happening in the Air Force and the Navy and the Army, that's unacceptable. I'm like, bro, I highly doubt this is happening in the Marine Corps. As a matter of fact, if it is, I'm shocked. Cool Blaze, shout out to you. Thanks for stopping by. Hit that like button. Yo, make sure you subscribe too. Shout out to Cool Blaze. So I have a hard time believing that these standards in the Marine Corps are dropping like that. Every other branch, I would say probably so. What you doing? We reacted to the news over here. Cool Blaze. Every single day we go live except Sunday. We react to news, in real life, live events, current events. So we're going to take a look at some Bad Bunny stuff. Pete Hegseth talk about the military can't be fat anymore. And then we still got Hakeem Jeffries and the sombrero hat. He's mad at JD Vance about it. So we're going to take a look at all the things, y'all. Hit the like button. Thanks for stopping by. Let's jump right into the first clip. Stephen A. Smith, Ice at the Super Bowl. Really? My thoughts on Bad Bunny halftime latest. Let's take a listen.
The Super Bowl itself has become an incredibly festive environment. It's a celebration. Even non-football fans look forward.
Shout out to you, Cool Blaze. Don't forget to sub.
Of all their schedules, their scheduled sermons, for crying out loud, around NFL schedule, they don't even be thinking about bothering anybody Super Bowl Sunday.
That's true.
And considering the popularity of the National Football League, that's what the hell the president's going to do. You can't shove all of that aside for a day.
Shout out to you, Cool Blaze.
You're going to sit up there and threaten to rain on the NFL's parade. You know there's got to be an angle to this.
Got it.
I'm going to say it. I don't know about anybody else. I'm going to say this BS. Serious.
I subbed already and like. Shout out to you,
Super
Cool
Bowl
Blaze.
Sunday, where everybody and their mother is going to be in front of their television sets at sports bars and beyond. Certainly at the Super Bowl location, you're going to deploy ICE agents. By the way, it's going to be in California, who's already sued the Trump administration for ICE agents being there, for the National Guard being there, for the U.S. Marines being deployed there, supposedly to protect federal property. You got Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, basically passing laws so ICE agents can be exposed. Now, I'm not somebody here that's looking at people who are doing their jobs. And if you're an ICE agent, you have a job to do. And if you've been given instructions to locate illegal migrants entering this country and stuff like that, I understand. I don't want any harm to come to any ICE agents or anything like that. But I don't have a problem with you not being able to mask yourself, with you being seen. If law enforcement officers, if police officers, if FBI agents and others have to identify themselves when they're engaging in law enforcement, why the hell should you be any different than an ICE agent? Again, I'm not advocating any harm or any negativity to come in the way of an ICE agent. They're just doing their job. They're just following orders. But I do believe that Gavin Newsom is right when he says you shouldn't be allowed to mask yourself and walk around with the ability to not identify yourself while arresting people and taking them into custody. No, you've got a right to know who the hell is taking you. I definitely agree with that. But having said all of that, this ain't about the Department of Homeland Security. This ain't about ICE. If this happens, this is about Donald Trump. This is about Donald Trump. Now, I told you I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be fair. But I'm telling you, this sucks. And this harkens me back to what I said to y'all on many, many freaking occasions in the past. I get sick and tired of the president walking around like when it comes to the National Football League, there are not ulterior motives. I'm going to remind everybody what I've said on many occasions on national television. In 2014, Donald Trump, before he ran for the president, called yours truly. He called me. Because Donald Trump wanted to acquire ownership of the Buffalo Bills, who was on the market, and the price tag was about $1.4 billion. At that time, according to my sources in the National Football League, Donald Trump had $1.1 billion. He was about $300 million short. He wanted ownership of the team. And he said to yours truly, Stephen A. Smith, talking about NFL owners, it's board of governors essentially. If those MFers get in my way and prevent me from acquiring ownership of this team, I'm going to get them all back. I'm going to run for president. And sure enough, more than a year later, it's exactly what he did. Coming down those escalators. And ever since then, he's been hell on wheels ever since. Colin Kaepernick's situation comes up, fine. He's going to politicize it, hijacks the narrative, and turns it into an issue about patriotism. Owners locking arms and taking a knee. When he talked about firing all of their asses, and the NFL league owners being offended by it. Even Jerry Jones took a knee on the football field. Donald Trump still kept coming. The Washington Commanders and their owner, Josh Harris, looking to purchase or looking to build a new stadium in the nation's capital. Trump, who has no jurisdiction over that, because of something former President Biden put in the law, basically giving the team and the city, D.C., a 99-year lease. Donald Trump still said, we'll change the name back to the Washington Redskins, or I'm going to get in the way. Ingratiating himself in the stuff that's minuscule, that has nothing to do with running the country. And now here he is, of all the times to mess with this, you're going to pick the Super Bowl?
Stephen A. We knew Stephen A. was going to be bad about this.
You know, I didn't want to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Say it, Stephen. What is it?
You know, people have their thoughts about the Epstein files. That's what they keep bringing up, Donald Trump and the Epstein files. You know, you got MAGA right that wants those files revealed. You got folks on the Democratic side siding with some of these folks on the right wanting to know more about the Epstein files. You got court orders coming down involving the stuff, whatever. I'm starting to notice that let's make noise. If you're the administration, ever since the Epstein file became a big deal, let's make noise about every damn thing. Is it an evasive tactic? Is it a distractionary measure? I don't know. I don't like talking about it. I ain't about to talk about it. But I don't appreciate reading this story about how the Super Bowl may basically be infiltrated. How the hell are we supposed to, how is America supposed to enjoy the Super Bowl? That's the #1 event in this country. How the hell is America supposed to enjoy the Super Bowl? And we got reports that's going down the pipe that's not going to dissipate, by the way. It's only going to build momentum. And we're going to sit over here over the next few months, the NFL no doubt doing the same, worried that the greatest event in American sports right now is threatening to be contaminated by the Department of Homeland Security, who's going to deploy ICE agents. So anybody that is an American, look like one, may not have a name that sounds like one, because it's all going to be subjective according to ICE agents, right? You're going to go to the Super Bowl in the state of California, no less, a sanctuary state. And you're going to plan on deploying ICE agents to the Super Bowl to essentially arrest migrants for the purposes of deportation on Super Bowl Sunday, if not Super Bowl week. This is low. This is freaking low.
He said this is low.
It's un-American. I'll say it, it's un-American. There's a time and a place for everything. When Donald Trump is right, I'll say so. When Donald Trump is excoriated for no good reason, I'll say so. But when it's wrong, I'm going to say that too. And there's millions upon millions. The number I counted yesterday on my political show, over 46 million citizens in this country, migrants in this country, most of whom are here legally. And this is the #1 sporting event in our country. And Donald Trump and the Department of Homeland Security is now threatening to smear it all by contemplating, if not flat out planning, to deploy ICE agents to the Super Bowl. If there was ever a time that collectively as American citizens we stand up and say, oh hell to the no, this is one of them. This is one of them. You here legally, okay, you want that happens. And ICE agents, that they got a job to do. But when you're going to a place like the Super Bowl, it's bad enough you was willing to go, you had the authority to go into churches and homes and all of this other stuff. That's bad enough. Now you talk about going to the Super Bowl, and what you're going to do is just look at them and say, oh, that guy looks Hispanic. That woman looks Hispanic. She doesn't look American. What's your name? Show me some ID. At the Super Bowl?
He's not even this offended about church.
Lifts are unstored.
30 chairs, non-squeak, 15 non-wobblers.
Bro, I can't help but to laugh because he said it's bad enough that you were able to go into schools and churches and stuff like that, but now you're gonna go to the Super Bowl and be like, that guy looks Hispanic, that woman looks Hispanic. So it's almost like Stephen A. Smith is basically saying he's at his wit's end, because he's like, it's bad enough he was gonna do this. You did this at schools and churches, now you're gonna do this at the Super Bowl. He's like, this is un-American. Like I'll say, this is hilarious to me. All right, so let's switch gears now. Bill O'Reilly, Super Bowl halftime controversy. Bad Bunny and the NFL's culture war. Let's take a listen.
Bill O'Reilly here, another YouTube bonus. Very happy you are listening and watching around the world. Bad Bunny,
Un-American.
malevolent rabbit. Gonna do the Super Bowl show. Oh, February 8th.
Another rabbit. I'm
Okay.
dead, bro.
And
Everybody
it's in
got
California, Santa Clara, home of the San Francisco 49ers. The bunny guy has been selected to be the halftime entertainment. I don't care. I don't. But it's such a good story. And I'm going to walk you through the story. Okay? And if you'd like to comment on it, you reach me at bill@BillO'Reilly.com. bill@BillO'Reilly.com. So who is Bad Bunny? He's Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio. He's a Puerto Rican, 31 years old, three-time Grammy winner. He's kind of, well, I'll play a cut from him in a minute. He's been around a while. In 2020, he was in the Super Bowl show with Jennifer Lopez and Shakira. And he's very popular among a certain crew in the music world, okay? So let's, if you don't know the Bad Bunny guy, let's run a clip, go. Oh, that was good, huh? Not exactly the Four Tops, but I'm an old guy, and you can make fun of me. Go ahead. Okay, so that's Bad Bunny. Doesn't sing songs in English. Never had an English song. But he does speak English. So how did Bad Bunny get the gig? Because it's big. It'll give him millions and millions of dollars worth of publicity. Well, he got it because Jay-Z, a hip-hop impresario and head of Rock Nation, which is a talent group, he works for the NFL, Jay-Z, and he books all the NFL's entertainment. Now, Jay-Z, people know him, very wealthy man. He's married to Beyonce, and he's a guy that picks the halftime entertainment, and the NFL, Roger Goodell, the commissioner, okay, Bad Bunny it is. So you remember last year was Kendrick Lamar, a rapper, then it was Usher, Usher's okay, in 24, Rihanna, 23, Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar again, 22, The Weeknd, 21, Weeknd's pretty good. And then Jennifer Lopez, Shakira, 20. So, Jay-Z is the guy. If you want to blame anybody for Bad Bunny,
That's true.
it's him. Now, this is a big cultural event. It goes worldwide. Everybody knows that. Is this good for America? Bad Bunny. I don't think it's bad for America. I mean, most people watching aren't gonna be that favorable to the Bunny guy, but I don't know if it's a deficit. But here's some interesting things. He doesn't tour in the United States because he feels frightened. So he issued this statement. This is Bad Bunny, September 11th this year. Quote, "People from the U.S. can come to Puerto Rico to see my show. Latinos and Puerto Ricans of the United States could also travel here or any part of the world. But there was an issue with ICE. Could be outside my concert venue. And it's something we were talking about and very concerned about. So Bad Bunny won't come to the U.S. to do shows because he's afraid ICE is going to grab him. But Bad Bunny is a citizen of Puerto Rico, which is an American territory. Now, why would ICE grab him? How could they grab him? Unless Bad Bunny isn't an actual Puerto Rican, but I think he is. So the Bunny guy is afraid to come here. Okay, I'm laughing because this is so ridiculous, I can't believe it. All right, so that's a little political, right? But the bunny says he doesn't know much about politics. Roll the tape.
And then a couple weeks later, a big story coming out of the election was the move of many Latino voters to the right. Like, how did you reconcile those two things in your head when you see the results?
I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to believe. I don't know anything. I just know that there's always be people that gonna protect and defend our country and our culture, and that's the people that I wanna have around me.
Okay, at least he's honest, right? I like the bunny being honest. I don't know anything.
The bunny.
I can
I'm
reassure
dead,
you, BB, a little nickname I'm giving. You can tour in the United States. ICE is not going to bother you. And if they bother you, I'll help you. I'll actually go wherever you are. You call me or become a concierge member of BillO'Reilly.com, and I'll actually go where you are until ICE knock it off. But they're not going to bother you.
He means that
You don't have
Bad
to worry
Bunny.
about that. You can tour the United States, make tons of money,
Yep.
particularly after you do the Super Bowl show, because everybody will see you and maybe they want to hear what you're putting out there. Cold and flu season coming on up, we all know it. And it really is not. I have, who would I have selected for the Super Bowl show?
Don't say Metallica.
I have two different scenarios here. The first one is Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr. Now, McCartney did a Super Bowl show in the past.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't he on?
But if you put those two guys, Starr's in his, they're both in their 80s now. And it's the last round.
I mean, it
McCartney's
would
actually on tour.
probably be a big
But you
deal.
put them on singing Beatles songs,
Right.
okay? No wings. But you do, Super Bowl show's about 15 minutes long. And you put those two guys on, sing Beatles songs, that's good. That'll get eyeballs everywhere, right? McCartney and Starr together, Beatles song, halftime Super Bowl show.
Yeah, and everybody who's a part of Gen Z is gonna be like, who is this?
The second one is Taylor Swift. She's the most successful artist.
They already asked her, Bill.
What? Why would you put her on?
They asked her already.
She's way better than Jennifer Lopez.
I talked about this in the live yesterday. They asked Taylor Swift first, and she didn't say no. She said she wanted the rights to her. She wanted the rights to her performance, and the NFL was like, yeah, you're not getting that. So then she was like, okay, I'm not performing. So then apparently they went to Bad Bunny, which I said yesterday on the live stream. This makes sense because whether he has English-speaking music or not, he's still the biggest live streamer in the world, like globally. So this is not just in the United States. And the only person that has ever passed Taylor Swift or even been right underneath her, he has passed her though, it's been Bad Bunny. So it makes sense that if she was going to say no, that he would be there. Especially if they're going off of global streams and they're trying to get a global audience. Then that makes sense.
Okay, come on. And she can up there in the outfits, and yeah, I know she's his boyfriend is the Kansas City Chiefs tight end, but that doesn't have anything to do with it. It's an attraction, it's entertainment. People would watch her. She was very nice to my daughter when we met her on Long Island years ago, Taylor Swift. And that would be big. Why not? Jay-Z? What are you doing here? You got Starr McCartney, you got Taylor Swift.
He tried.
Much bigger and I would say more compelling than a guy who doesn't record any songs in English.
Yeah, see?
Bad Bunny. So, those are my picks. Right? Finally. I don't watch the rap stuff. I So I didn't see Kendrick last year, any of that. But the best Super Bowl show I ever saw was in Miami, Prince. And I don't even like Prince.
Yeah.
Okay, Little Red Corvette and all that. He's okay.
I was gonna say, what?
I like Sheila E., his drummer, but I don't even like Prince. You know, his songs were all right.
That's crazy.
1999.
Come on,
okay.
Bill.
But he was phenomenal. What a showman. What a showman.
Well, Prince was great at it.
And I sat there, and I give everybody a chance. I'm going to give Bad Bunny a chance. Bad Bunny's got like 3.5 minutes with me. If he arrests my attention, I'll watch the rest. If he doesn't, I'm gone.
3.5 minutes.
But Prince is the best I've ever seen. He was so charismatic. He's doing such a great show. So there is my Super Bowl halftime analysis. I hope you enjoyed it. Disagree? Bill@BillO'Reilly.com, Bill@BillO'Reilly.com. Keep it clean. Okay, you can write it in Spanish. I speak a little Espanol, un poquito.
Un poquito.
And
A
the
little
Bad
bit.
Bunny, again, you come to the USA, anybody hassles you, you let me know. We'll see you soon.
Yo, he means it, Bad Bunny. He'll do it for real. It's just, and see, Bill's saying exactly what I've been saying. I like his opinion in the sense where he says, I don't think it's bad for America. You have some people who legitimately are like, this is bad for America because this is America. And he doesn't speak any English. What the? You know, you're going to get that reaction. And I said, I was literally telling my wife this. I'm like, dude, this would be the response anywhere. I mean, if you sent this predominantly Spanish-speaking artist or only Spanish-speaking artists to somewhere like Jamaica or somewhere like that, where they don't understand what he's saying. I'm not going to say that people aren't going to like the beat. I'm not going to say that some people aren't going to be like, okay, yeah, this is cool, I'll move with it. But I'm just saying overall, he's probably not going to get his biggest audience, or he'll probably get a lot of pushback because people are going to be like, why are you selecting this person if here where we live at in our country, a lot of people don't speak that language. Now, Bad Bunny is from America because Puerto Rico is a territory, right? So it's not that. It's just more so. I mean, borderline. What I'll say is this, because I've said this because since I've lived in other countries, and I've been in the military and I've traveled, I've seen this with Americans in other countries, and I think it's so ignorant and arrogant, but I've literally seen us do it, and it's just the whole like, you don't speak English type of thing. That's just what it is. I literally remember being stationed in Okinawa. I've told stories on the live stream where me and my buddies are traveling throughout the country, and you know, they're telling like the cab drivers like, speak English, and I'm like, dude, we're in Japan, like you sound stupid. So really sometimes I think like, and I'm saying it as an American, like we are very entitled in certain things. Like they just went, why isn't it in English? Again, like Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. So it's not like Bad Bunny is some foreigner. But I mean, you're in a country where predominantly people speak English. So I kind of knew this would be, I kind of knew he would get some pushback. I knew he would get some pushback from this. Let's see. Shout out to Marzadel. Hi, I'm from Iran. Where are you from? I am from the United States. Shout out to you. All right, guys. So we're going to switch gears and we're going to go to Anton Daniels. After Hours with Anton Daniels. He covered Bad Bunny being picked for the Super Bowl is disrespectful. Anton Daniels says he doesn't respect the country, right? He's from the country. You know, his Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. But nonetheless, he has had some colorful things to say about President Trump, some things to say about ICE. So we're going to take a couple minutes of a listen.
Spin the block, heading over to Bad Bunny. Super Bowl.
This is his panel, y'all.
2026
Anton Daniels doing a panel.
selection. This is what's happening.
Move on to a lighter story here because the Super Bowl is more than 4 months away, but now we know who the headliner will be. And yes, that is Bad Bunny, announcing on Instagram that he is taking the stage in Northern California in February. In a statement, he said, "This is for my people, my culture, and our history." CBS News correspondent and our resident super fan, Lilia Luciano, joins us now for much more. You know it's true, Lilia. Okay, so I want to talk big picture here with you, okay? Because Bad Bunny previously said he would not tour in the U.S. due to concerns over ICE raids. So,
Okay, so first of all, shout out to Mugo. Mugo, I be covering, she used to be in Chicago, in the streets, hustling. She got an upgrade So that's the black lady right there. She worked with PBS on the big screen. Shout out to Mugo. Let me finish playing this in a second.
Can you walk us through the politics of this announcement?
Style starts with the details. The difference between mid and next level, a real gold chain that hits. Lifetime.
You know, I think a lot of people from my Bad Bunny loving world are not surprised, but are thrilled. He did say that. Bad Bunny was concerned that ICE raids could target people going to his shows, so he did a 31-date residency in Puerto Rico, which was historic. Now he said in a tweet last night before the big announcement came out, well, you know, after discussing it with my team, I will do one show in the US, and of course, this is the Super Bowl. A lot of people were wondering whether it was going to be Taylor Swift. I mean, there were other names, but this is such an important moment. And I think you're right to ask about politics. Bad Bunny, although he is a massive commercial success, and he's not one person to make very controversial statements, I went to 2 of his shows of the residency, and of course watched the one that was on Amazon Music Live a couple weekends ago. His message is about empowerment. His message is not just about empowerment of Puerto Ricans, and with very specific lyrics, with very specific symbols, but I think to all Latinos, to all immigrants. That song, De Mi Tirar Más Fotos, which is the name of the album, is all about a message of displacement. It's about a message of the nostalgia for those who have to leave.
All right, so several different people. I haven't seen an outcry like this in a long time about Bad Bunny being picked to be the Super Bowl. Number one, a lot of people on the right, on the conservative side, is not necessarily a fan of it because they said that he was basically protesting being in America, but then he's gonna come over and be at the most American event at the Super Bowl. Other people are mad because they're saying that, you know, he basically supports the alphabet community. And that he kissed a man on stage. Other people are saying that they just don't rock with it because he's not even supporting America. You know, he's not even really rocking with America. He really more or less, you know, support Puerto Rico, all of this other type of stuff. So from what y'all know, from what y'all heard, how do y'all feel about the pick of Bad Bunny being in 2026 Super Bowl halftime performer?
Oh, shit. Why not? Like, what's wrong with it? He gay? He kissed dudes? So what? That's not your preference.
They say that he hasn't come out and said that he's officially gay, but yes, he has kissed a man on stage.
But I really don't.
Me to pull up that visual.
I really don't care. Like, they had Snoop up there, crip walking in a blue bandana outfit. So what? Like, it's a performance. He ain't finna teach your kids nothing. He finna come up there and do his songs, and he gonna dip, and it's over. I don't get what's the outcry about. If that nigga wanna kiss niggas, like let him suck dick. That don't got nothing to do with the Super Bowl. He ain't gonna do that shit on stage.
This nigga funny.
You don't know that. If he do,
You alright,
so
Slim?
what?
Slim, you alright?
Hey, ban this motherfucker immediately, man. That wasn't no kiss. He smooched the man and swooped him in.
I don't get it though. Like I don't listen to the nigga music. I don't care about him kissing dudes.
Oh man, I like Bad Bunny, man. This is bad.
He probably
You didn't know that? You didn't know that, Slimmy?
Oh no, man. I only like one song on him and Daddy Yankee and this other dude Chapo. They all got a song together. That shit hard.
So you can't listen to the music no more?
I don't listen to that song. Ain't no gay shit in there.
I'm saying it wasn't no gay shit on the song he did. He just kissed the nigga.
No. I'm not talking about. I don't know that song you talking about, my nigga. No.
I don't know.
I will ban that show. That's that song that he performed on that stage. I'm not good with that. I'm like he leaned into it, man. Oh man.
I'm saying it doesn't matter that he gay, that he's on the right or the left, or he's from Puerto Rico, which is a U.S. territory. What does it matter?
No, it does, because the problem is they're trying to push this agenda some more.
That's what they pushing gang agenda when they had black people up there.
Oh my, yes.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, nigga, it was red and blue flags everywhere.
They came up there for a performance.
Nigga, are you nuts?
what was Sierra? I mean, not Sierra. What was Rihanna pushing?
I'm not talking about Rihanna. I'm talking about Kendrick Lamar.
Diamond shine bright like a diamond.
Exactly, y'all. The shit is not that fucking deep. And for y'all nigga wanna call me bi, nigga, I'm comfortable with my sexuality.
No.
I ain't worried about none of that shit.
2K. What you fail to realize is everything is programming. Everything is programming. The more you see it, the more it's normalized. I'm telling you, if you don't ever draw the line at something, you're going to accept everything. That's what this shit is about. That's why they put Kendrick Lamar up on that platform, and they was able to have blue and red flags everywhere because they want to normalize a war field. They want to normalize you to this shit, man.
Bro,
I don't want to be around Bloods and Crips.
Slim.
Spot is your modern solution to top-ranked pet insurance in America. With benefits like up to 90% cash back and 24/7 pet telehealth, it's no wonder thousands of pets are wagging their tails at Spot. And with access to any licensed vet anywhere, you can have peace of mind your furry fam is covered. We've got your back.
Everything is programming.
If you seeing a nigga kiss, is in jeopardy to who you are as a person, then you might be that person anyway.
No, fuck out of here, bro.
If I see some nigga kissing, I don't give a fuck. That got nothing to do with me.
What does that have to do with this being at? Hold on, no. Stop. We talking about a sporting event, dog. They've been trying to politicize sports for too long. There's no place for that in sports, nigga. It's a performance. Now you don't have a man kissing a man on stage while I'm trying to watch the Super Bowl.
My nigga.
You talking about?
So hold on. So we ain't go through all these TV shows where they showing all this gay ass shit. We got through that. We can't get through.
I don't agree with that either.
I don't. But listen,
do you not understand that you're proving my point?
It's stupid. Like, bro.
No, you're proving my point, sir.
What are two
men? My point.
Hold on. What are two men kissing got to do with slinging?
Wait a minute. Did you not just hear me say that it's programming to normalize it to you? So, wait a minute, listen. 20 years ago, no, put the motherfucking headphones back on and listen to me. 20 years ago.
Come on, Papa. Alright, you goddamn. Come on.
20 years ago, would you have accepted your TV screen showing two men kissing?
It didn't matter.
No.
It didn't matter.
Yes, it did.
Yes, it did. Two men kissing is never none of my business, dog. I'm not gonna see it and get horny. That's not.
It's not about that, bro.
It's
All it is about it wasn't normal. It was taboo to see that shit. Now you see it on every show, everywhere because they made it acceptable. They normalized it. So now when you get to the Super Bowl, you're able to see a man kiss another man at the Super Bowl. When it's just a sporting event, why would you be seeing that there? When it's supposed to be people in shoulder pads?
So if
knocking each other around.
Okay, it's the Super Bowl performance, halftime performance got nothing to do with football, my boy. They don't be throwing footballs on the stage during the performance. They be up there performing, entertaining. If they want a gay entertainer to come and entertain them, then that's what it is. It has nothing to do with you.
You bugging.
I didn't live when they turned that Kendrick Lamar shit on, my body listen to that weak ass West Coast shit, turn that shit right off. I turned the motherfucking game back on when they got on stage. So when they turn Bad Bunny on, get what? Turn off. They trying to hear that Mexican ass shit. When they shit out, turn it back on. That shit don't matter to me.
I thought he was Puerto Rican.
I don't give a fuck. That's that Taco Bell ass music. I'm not trying to hear that shit. I'm turning that shit off.
Hey, you are wild.
I'm turning that shit off, and when the game come back on, I turn it back on.
2K gotta be stopped. 2K gotta be stopped, man. That shit was racist as fuck.
Now, I'm not trying to get that taco theme there.
That shit was racist, man.
You know the Taco Bell. I don't care.
It's a keto.
A keto.
Let me get some people in here. How do you feel about Bad Bunny? Because I know you're not necessarily into the black culture stuff. Maybe you are.
I didn't know who Bad Bunny was until yesterday, and my initial thought was it was a woman. And then I googled and saw it was a light-skinned man, and then I was just like, whatever. I'm not thinking about it.
Well, it's the game gonna be good this year. Fuck
All right. Kim, what's your thoughts on Bad Bunny in the Super Bowl?
I think he does a lot of demonic concerts, like a lot of demonic things during his concerts. So I'm not really a fan of broadcasting it on the biggest show televised. But yeah, I also don't understand him talking about like ICE raids and then going to Puerto Rico. Are Puerto Ricans being deported?
A lot of Mexicans listen to his music. I told you, they love him.
Puerto Rican is not a Mexican though.
But his music hits with the Latin community very tough. So when he come out, the Mexicans come out like that, they get like 15, 20 of them in one car.
Hispanic community, not Latin. There's a difference.
Yeah, whatever, they get 15 deep in one car drive to the concerts. Where the Rays was gonna be staking them motherfucking concert. Hey, you got your green card, let me see. And then they was gonna be deporting motherfuckers from the concert.
I get that, but you protested by going to somewhere else in America? Like,
no, he stopped doing the concerts in America so they don't have to worry about the Rays popping up at the concerts and arresting his audience.
Puerto Rico is part of America.
But his audience isn't. The people that like to listen to his music ain't from Puerto Rico.
I get that. But I'm saying, how are you protesting ICE by going from one part of the states to another part of the states?
Listen, because if he don't do a concert, all the illegal immigrants won't be in one place. That's the protest to ICE. You can't get my audience because I'm not doing concerts in America. That's the protest. He wasn't doing the concerts in Puerto Rico.
Yes, he was. He had a whole residency in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, he had a residency.
Yeah, but okay, who do you think showing up for? Well, you don't know who Bad Bunny is. I get it. All right, makes sense. I get
What? Ain't that a woman just said he was doing a residency in Puerto Rico?
Y'all, he was doing a world tour. He probably had residency in Puerto Rico, so when he did a tour there, he can be there and go crazy at that motherfucker.
Well, Bad Bunny's probably like the largest artist that's like not American, period. Right at this point.
Burna Boy?
No, I think he might be bigger than Burna Boy. At this point, like,
He's way bigger than Burna Boy.
Bad Bunny he been doing this. He been real popular for a while, a little bit longer than Burna Boy.
Yeah, he did sell out the Yankee Stadium like twice. The stadium.
Bro, he's been the number one streaming artist globally. Like
he been popular for a minute.
Dude.
But now I understand why.
He fruity, he flexible. He flexible.
Just for you dumb niggas in the chat, Hispanics originate from Spain, Latin originate from North America. They're not the same people.
They all look the same, bro. They all got them greasy ass comb overs.
Come on.
Whoa. With them tight ass pants.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, I know the truth.
Molly, what are your thoughts on Bad Bunny? What are your thoughts on Bad Bunny? Being headline of the Super Bowl halftime show.
Unfortunately, I'm not familiar with him outside of that feature he was on with Cardi B. I've never heard. I understand he's a big artist. So I don't know. I don't have a thought about it. And he's gay. So is the NFL. It's men falling on top of each other. We normalize that. So I don't care. They put anybody up there who's mainstream and popular.
I do think he's gay. I do think he's gay.
On top of each other. That is hilarious.
Now they gotta wear the rainbow, so it's appropriate.
Carrie, what's your thoughts?
I too had no clue who he was.
I
heard the name. I did see the announcement either yesterday or today that Jay-Z has said something about deciding to bring him on because of what he's done for his people or something like that. But from what y'all are telling me, it sounds like on his end, this is a political, like this is a strategy to kind of give it to the current administration, to Republicans, to basically, this is like a smack in their face. From the NFL's perspective, this is probably great publicity for them. This will get more views. People will tune in who weren't going to tune in. So for them, this helps their numbers. And so, whatever. I don't watch the Super Bowl like that anymore. So, I don't particularly care, but
I think we got to listen, bro. We all running from the best performance. We're going to give them the Super Bowl. That's easily Kanye and a Kirk Franklin collab.
Facts.
A Kanye, Kirk Franklin halftime show. Oh my God. Jesus might come back for that one.
Demonic. No.
Jesus might come back for that one.
Demonic.
Demonic?
Demonic.
What they do?
Mm-hmm.
What did he say? Maybe he play the Halo or something, whatever he do. Like, but listen, cuz we need that Kanye halftime show, bro.
Nah, I'm straight. Kanye's washed.
Come on, y'all tripping.
Yeah, washed.
Talking about some demonic, like music ain't need money.
I agree. All music is demonic. They ain't there. Except gospel.
Lex, I think I was stationed. You was in the army. Was I stationed in Hawaii with you?
I'm not speaking on stuff until Anton tell me I could speak on.
I like that shit. Well, nah, don't speak on that. You ain't gotta speak on that.
Wait,
anyways, anybody else on this whole
I knew
conversation?
when I looked at 2K's face was gonna be confused, just like that.
What are you confused about, 2K?
Wait, hold on, wait.
What are you confused about?
Fix it, 2K, fix it.
Did she just look over at you for permission to tell you
So
something
what's the
about?
problem?
Thank you. See you soon.
This is what the family calls a solar eclipse.
Put your hand up, your left hand.
No, nobody puts nothing up.
Hey, this crazy. I ain't gonna lie, this crazy work right here.
It's not crazy.
This crazy work right here. What do you mean we on a show where I ask questions and you talk back? No, don't worry about it. Hey.
On after hours.
It's too much gazing going on this bitch here. Oh shit. Oh yeah. It's too much gaze. Hell yeah.
You said it was 2K.
No.
He said glazing. He said glazing.
Stargazing, glazing, all over the world.
Oh, I thought you said glazing. Never
Yeah,
mind.
I'm back. Hey, put me 3 weeks in a row. I got to break this shit here up. No. Hell no.
No, hold on.
Y'all been letting Anton do this shit?
Do what? Oh, Lex did that on her own.
All right.
She did it Friday too.
Oh, no.
We called it out.
You keep tabs, ain't you, son?
No, I ain't keeping no tabs.
No.
Mine was on.
Welcome back, 2K.
I'm a filibuster. Yeah, I'm breaking all this shit up. I'm breaking all this shit up.
I'm trying to understand what's the problem.
Yeah, it's a lot of problems. Pull out your calculator.
Hold on. So I went back and watched the video that I like of Bad Bunny, the Como Soy video. Man, this nigga had on a purse and was following his fingernails.
That's what you get for what's liking me.
I never paid that shit no attention before that.
And then
So I noticed the fingernail follow, but I never noticed the purse. What the fuck is this?
Oh my god.
You never even seen
Wild. But Daddy Yankee
They said, I noticed the fingernail follow, but I never noticed the purse. See, this is what I'm saying, and that's like Anton's entire panel. He usually has them on there to react to certain current events. So now you got a mixture of people. You got men and women, close age but different ages. And he's asking, a lot of them are like, I didn't know who Bad Bunny was. 2 people on there said, I thought that it was a woman. That's not the first time I've heard somebody say that. So people who are really unfamiliar with Bad Bunny, they literally don't even know he's a guy. They're literally like, I thought it was a woman. And then when I did research, I was like, oh, it's a Puerto Rican man. So, I mean, there's a lot of confusion there. And I literally think it's just because it's predominantly Spanish-speaking music. Like he just, even the song he has with Drake. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of people. There's some things he have out there and it's with somebody else. So he's kind of known for that, or if he's been introduced. But just him solely, a lot of people are like, nah, I don't know who he was. Like even when gosh, I forgot who was talking about it yesterday. I don't know if it was Jason Whitlock, but somebody was talking about how he appeared. I don't know if it was 2020, but he appeared on the one with Shakira and J-Lo, like as a guest appearance or like a guest host. I didn't even know he was on there at that time, so I could have probably saw him show up because I would watch halftime, just maybe not the whole show, and I probably didn't even recognize him because at the time you got Shakira and J-Lo on the stage, you're like, who is Bad Bunny at the time? If people don't know who he is now, they probably definitely wasn't paying him attention at that point. So I'm thinking to myself like, okay, a lot of people are going to get the pushback because they're just going to be like, dude, the guy doesn't speak English. Like, how is he going to perform on one of the biggest stages in America during the Super Bowl halftime show? And like when people are ready to like stand up, dance, like, get hyped for the halftime show, the players are ready. They're not even going to know what he's talking about. So that's where a lot of that pushback is coming from. And I knew it would. So I appreciate Anton having a panel because I wanted you guys to see that even if you look at just like, you don't even got to just look at, right? Some people are like, oh, none of the white people know who he is. There's a lot of black people who don't know who Bad Bunny is. And that's why I wanted to show that panel in particular, because amongst the black community, he's not really known like that. Maybe with one or two songs being featured with another person, but solely by himself, not very popular. So let's switch gears and go over to Newsmax. Democrats fooled by Trump's hat trick. So Trump was triggering people yesterday in the Oval Office when they were talking about before the last meeting, before the shutdown took place, and he had some Trump 2028 hats in the Oval Office. So let's take a listen.
We're learning some new details about what went down, that's street dragon, what went down during an Oval Office meeting right there at the White House with the president and everything. Prior to President Trump's lambasting of the Lizard King, Chuck Schumer, and Hakeem Jeffries, we need a nickname for him, with that hilarious sombrero video. Everybody saw the sombrero video, right? And the president had Trump 28 hats, like he's running for president again for re-election in 2028. Trump 28 hats displayed for the Democratic leadership in the Oval Office there on the Resolute desk. Sharing these images on Truth Social from the meeting, the House Minority Leader went on CNN to try to explain what happened there.
When he tried to hand you that Trump 2028 hat, what was your reaction?
Well, actually, he did not try to hand Leader Schumer and I the Trump 2028 hat. It just randomly appeared in the middle of the meeting on the desk. It was the strangest thing ever. And I just looked at the hat, looked at J.D. Vance, who was seated to my left, and said, "Don't you got a problem with this?" And he said, "No comment."
You take them, you bring them to the Oval Office, it's all obvious for everyone to see, and they misunderstand everything. They're like a Beatles lyric. That wasn't all, though. Additional reports suggest that the president showed the Democratic leadership the crown jewel of the Presidential Walk of Fame. That is, of course, the framed photograph of Joe Biden. Really, it's just his auto pen, but it's hanging on a wall at the White House, and that is darn hilarious. And these guys, it's another opportunity for them to prove how humorless they are.
This is the thing. Then they go on CNN and they're like literally explaining about the hat. They're not even talking about the shutdown, which shows how President Trump continues to outsmart the Democrats. He outsmarts the media. He's the one setting the narrative. He's the one that's bringing humor into, oh my goodness, this crazy political environment that we're living in. And the Democrats are just befuddled. They cannot get a hold of the narrative anymore. It has not worked for them.
Really, the looming question is, who's more clueless, the Democratic leadership on the Hill or CNN? It's it's a fight off to the death there. The fake news media, CNN included, tried to trap Vice President J.D. Vance on the president's trolling the Democrats with the sombrero video. Again, hilarious. But the vice president quickly shut him down again.
Is it helpful just to post pictures of Leader Jeffries in a sombrero if you're trying to have good faith talks with him?
Oh, I think it's funny. The president's joking and we're having a good time. You can negotiate in good faith while also poking a little bit of fun at some of the absurdities of the Democrats' positions and even, poking some fun at the absurdity of the Democrats themselves. I mean, I'll tell Hakeem Jeffries right now, I make this solemn promise to you that if you help us reopen the government, the sombrero memes will stop. And I've talked to the President of the United States about that. And the sombrero thing, Hakeem Jeffries said it was racist. And I know that he said that. And I honestly don't even know what that means. Like, is he a Mexican American that is offended by having a sombrero meme? I mean, I saw one of the major TV stations put the meme up and then say, this is AI generated. And he had like the curly animated mustache too. It's like, do you really not realize the American people recognize that he did not actually come to the White House wearing a sombrero and a black curly animation mustache? Like, give the country a little bit of credit.
Alex, I've got to say, it really is. It's sort of a moron off. Who's the leading moron in the United States of America? And it is funny, and it's true. President Trump makes fun of them and he ridicules them, and they just don't know how to take any of this.
Yeah, he's the king of trolling for sure. I mean, we know that also with the wonderful auto pen portrait. But one of the pictures that was just showed, I really liked because it looked like a gracious meeting. If you saw it, it looked like there was Diet Coke in front of Jeffries and Schumer, so he offered them his favorite beverage when they came.
And it's free. They love stuff that's free.
Yeah, well, it's gotta be because we can't afford it now with our federal funds.
Like a button. His Diet Coke button. Yeah.
That's right, and the other thing is though is the reference to the Trump 2028 hat, the comment that Jeffries said that he made to Vance. I mean, that almost could be in jest. Like, are you okay with that? Like the assumption that Vance is going to take the MAGA wheel. And, if that's kind of how those conversations go, if they can be civil and joke around with each other, I think, why can't they? Fund the government. Come on,
Is this another indication of mental illness being rampant to the Democratic Party?
Well, in terms of that's you have to look at studies to see who has more mentally ill people, the Republicans or the Democrats.
Oh,
that's an easy one.
But I will say that
the New York Times doing that study.
I think that study was canceled by the National Science Foundation. But sometimes this trolling can go too far. The White House we did a video of something about med beds, which is some where you stay in a hospital bed and live forever, and that was too far for them. So you would expect. It seems like half of the White House is devoted to creating memes and AI-generated stuff instead of actually doing policy work.
Well, that and
You know you
securing the
can do
border.
both at the same time, right? You totally can do both.
Had work on peace in the Middle East and peace in Europe and all kinds of things. But again, the opportunity for them to prove their humorlessness is an ongoing matter, and they continue to prove it every day. The lack of good humor and cheer by these people who are, I don't want them to self-immolate or anything like that just yet. The Democrats appear to be taking the shutdown very, very seriously. They're very upset. They really love government. The Right Squad's own Matthew Foldy, our great pal Foldy, he went down to Hakeem Jeffries' office wearing cowboy boots this morning. But the minority leader wasn't there, believe it or not, at 9:30 a.m. 9:30 a.m. He wasn't there yet because he's sleeping in or something. Foldy found his office closed and locked up, but there was a stack of newspapers at the door, actual old-fashioned newspapers, bad for the environment, I've got to say, Hakeem. While the Republicans' offices were open and everybody was there at work because, Republicans are hardworking people and Democrats like to sleep the day away.
You got a lot of work to do to keep the government open, and Democrats just don't want to do it. But back to the troll, I just wanted to point out, we're engaging on this narrative that Trump trolled the Democrats, but I have a different take. I think the Democrats have been trolling Trump since he came down the escalator in 2015. They did the Obama spied on his campaign, didn't he? That's a troll. They did the Russia hoax. That's a troll. That's
a crime. That's a crime.
But hey, they didn't get charged for anything. Nathan Wade and Fonnie Willis. That may be the most incredible troll ever to be played in politics, and they get away with it. And yet Trump gets skewered for putting a sombrero. And actually, I don't even think he.
This also comes. The fact that he posted this comes as his approval rating among Hispanics has gone down. So he won a lot of Hispanics last year, but now 69% of Hispanics are disapproving.
Well, the sombrero video is going to help.
I like the newspaper picture just because, as somebody who works for the Washington Times, I took a dig at putting all the paper out there, but please continue to buy us, keep our lights on. I
have the
they let out
every
there.
day.
Let's be real, it's always been the Democrats that during COVID, during the shutdown, they didn't show up for a very long time to these congressional offices. So not surprising that when it's the
Can I
shutdown
also say
time.
that the hats, the Trump 2028 hats,
Yeah.
he offered them as gifts. And they lack grace and graciousness, and they're bitter and humorless, and they rejected the hats, which would have been great collector's items.
Right.
And this response the Democrats give is the same as, I know you are, but what am I?
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.
I love the fact that they say they turned down the hats and they would have been great. They would have been great small trophies. All right, let's switch gears and go to Santa Fe. The grandmother who we never knew we needed. Okay, shout out to them. So, as far as the military goes, Pete Hegseth had a grand speech he made, and the standards are changing, right? More gender neutral in the sense where he wants. If you are going to be in a combat role, whether you are male or female, you have to meet the highest male standard, making it gender neutral in the sense where it's like it's just straight across the board. Whether you're male or female, this is the standard that you have to meet. No more fat military, no more beardos. He made a lot of different comments. Santa Fe covered a decent amount that I just wanted us to kind of take a look at. So we're just gonna pick up kind of a little bit forward from where she left off because we're not going to watch the whole thing. So let's jump right in.
Because you lying to your... Now, a lot of people are outraged by this. And you got to ask yourself, why are they outraged? Some big people, they can run faster.
Let's see. Let me go right here.
But I got to say this, y'all. When you watch this video, I want you to tell me, is he lying? I'm going to play 4 videos of him talking about this, okay? Obesity in the military. And not only that, he's going to talk about women too, their standards. Now, a lot of people are outraged by this. And you got to ask yourself, why are they outraged? Some big people, they can run faster than little people. I haven't seen it yet. Have you? Put it on down in the comment section. Maybe some of them aren't, physically healthy. But you can't tell me, and I'm going to say this, and y'all get mad if you want to.
I'm going to just be honest with you guys. You know Santa Fe, she's going to go in. Like, she's going to go in, and she's going to say how she feels. So, disclaimer. She's going to be talking here about just how she feels. She's going to be colorful with her language. Let's say it like that.
Put it on down in the comment section. Maybe some of them aren't, physically healthy. But you can't tell me, and I'm going to say this, and y'all get mad if you want to. You can't tell me if you're big and you got belly fat, all in your belly, all around your heart. I don't care how much you exercise. I don't care how much you do. I don't care how much you try to lose weight, but you can't, okay? And you just satisfied and you're stuck there. Well, I'm healthy. That's what you think, okay? Pretty soon you're going to be having problems. You can't tell me that fat in your gut, that fat around your heart, that fat around your kidneys is good for you. You can't tell me that because you're lying to yourself then. You are lying to you and everybody else. Fat is not healthy. I know, okay? I'm chucking my own self. I'm not morbid obese, okay? I'm not obese, but I do have some fat on me. But I'm trying to get it off. The older I get, y'all, I'm telling you, the older you get, you better try to get it off. You won't be here too damn long. Just saying, all right?
That's why I
But
don't
when you
play.
have a job,
I have a strict diet. I don't play
people
that.
depending on you. You can't be obese. You can't do your job well, okay? I'm sitting my big ass at home, okay? Doing YouTube videos, selling soap, okay? But I'm telling you, Pete Hegseth, I'm pretty sure I'm saying his name wrong. Hegseth, whatever.
Hegseth.
He is not lying. I'm gonna play him.
Now, Pete Hegseth,
Some of y'all
he's
gonna get
boss,
mad down in the comment section, but that's okay, all right? that's okay. You can.
I'm telling you right now, as somebody who didn't just serve but served on active duty, there's never been somebody as involved from a cabinet as Pete Hegseth. Like, I'm not gonna lie, he's the man. What a time to serve in the military. He goes on a run with the troops. I would love for him to come to my unit and we went on a run.
Push your opinion all you want to, but keep it
He
civil.
would have tried to wear him out.
Okay, don't be an asshole.
You know how the Marines do, Pete.
Right? Keep your opinion only on the topic, your comment. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay? Don't throw it at me. Then we go back and forth with people down in the comment section. Don't be doing that. Very disrespectful. All right, let me pull them up. Thank you for the PayPal cash out. Buy me a coffee. That coffee's so good, I swear that coffee. Ooh, Lord. Mug down in the description box. Thank you for buying the soap and perfume. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. You're so sweet to me. That's not a lie. When I say that, I truly mean it. Okay, I don't know about other people, but when I say it, I mean it. Moving right along. Here we go. No fat military. We don't want you fat in the military. We don't.
Are you passionate about providing people with
If the Secretary of War can do regular, hard PT, so can every member of our joint force.
Look how he look. Look at him. Fit. Looking good. Ain't fat. He can run. He can do PT. He can do push-ups. He can do all that's required of the military.
And Pete's not even on active
No
duty.
fat whatsoever. None. Get mad if you want to. Like I said, it's all right.
Frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops.
Woo! I know that struck a nerve with somebody. Woo! Not only fat troops, fat police officers, fat firemen. These people are supposed to protect you, okay? But they fat. They can barely move. Say, girl, I don't like to wear fat. Well, damn it, too damn bad. Because that's exactly what it is. What you want me to say? Little extra cushion? That's what you want to say? It's fat. All right? Fat in your belly. Fat in your breast. Fat on your neck. Fat in your arms. It's fat on your thighs. Fat every damn where. Stop trying to sugarcoat stuff and call it for what it really is. It's fat, damn it. Fat.
Oh, God.
Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon and leading commands around the country and the world. It's a
bad thing, like he said. Fat generals. Fat people's over you, trying to tell you to do push-ups and exercise and PT, and they fat. They can't even do it. What type of mess is that?
Look, it is bad, and it's not who we are.
Yeah, it's bad, and it looks bad. Y'all tell me down in the comment section, what's wrong with what he's saying? Huh? You just don't like the word fat? That's what it is?
Yo, this dude right here is crazy work, looking like the Michelin Man. I'm like, what is happening, bro? Like, I don't know when this was, when I first saw this was so off-putting to me that I'm like, I literally wanted to put like 2 of my military buddies on this live with me so we can react to this together. Because I'm like, when did they change the standards to the military so much that you can have a beard now and you can look like this? I mean, bro, like I said, listen, I love the military in general. I'm just saying, I can't see these standards in the Marine Corps slipping like this. I know the other branches were struggling, but I have a hard time. But I'm like, bro, even in the Army, like my guy can't be in there looking like this. Like, that's crazy work. He can't be in there looking like that. Let's get to some of the pictures she got is crazy.
They can't do anything for you. You fat. You in combat war. You fighting. You're in a war. Struggling. You get hit. You fall down. Hell, they just gotta pick your big ass up. How they gonna pick you up? They gonna have to leave you there. You gonna pass away in the field. In the war field. You gonna pass away. Because they can't pick your ass up and take you to safety.
Bro, I was cooked listening to this face say this. Listen, At the end of the day, we don't leave no man on the battlefield. So you wouldn't pass away on the battlefield. I would say the other branches don't do that either. I know in the Marines, no man's left behind. So we're not going to leave you on the battlefield. But nonetheless, it does help if you are skinnier because you are easier to carry. Oh, man.
They drag you. Why does the military allow that anyway? Why? Whew. Move right along.
These wasn't the
If you don't
standards.
like it,
These wasn't the
this is what
standards
you
when I
want
was
you to
in.
do.
When I was on
But if
active
the
duty,
words
you
I'm
couldn't do
speaking
this.
today are making your heart sink, then you should do the honorable thing and resign. For too long, we've promoted too many uniformed leaders for the wrong reasons.
Don't like it, resign. Get in shape or resign. Be able to do PT, do all the exercises, push-ups, whatever else y'all gotta do. If you don't like it, if you can't do it, if you refuse to try to do it at least, then you need to resign. Something should motivate you to get in shape to keep your job. It's gonna be your family, it's gonna be your kids, it's gonna be because you got bills. What's gonna motivate you to get the fat off so you can serve your country the way it's supposed to be served? You don't see that kind of mess all over there in China. Have you seen those soldiers marching? Have you seen how they be marching?
Bro,
They
they
took them
tight,
the way they
bro.
march with their arms and feet
It's crazy out
and
there.
legs just sticking out. Have you seen them marching? How many fat soldiers do you see in China's military?
None.
If they
Zero.
are in there, they ain't obese. I can tell you that. They don't look like our military. They don't. Y'all can't tell me they do. Other countries too. They don't play that mess. No, we want fit people in our military. And you barely see any women.
Based on their race, based on gender quotas, based on historic so-called firsts.
Oh, so they had something here, and this was one. I remember at one point this was a big thing. with
Our
the
military, they don't. Y'all can't tell me they do. Other countries too. They don't play that mess. No, we want fit people in our military. And you.
This was a big thing with Pete Hegseth when he was first being chosen. People were saying, "Oh, he doesn't want women in the military." He was more focused on combat roles. But it says here, people also ask, does China allow women to serve in the military? The functions of Chinese women in military operations are supportive in nature and are limited to non-combat positions. Although they have been inside fire zones during conflicts and peacetime, Chinese female soldiers serve in traditional women's roles. So Pete's gonna start to talk about, how women have to meet the standard male, like the highest male standard if they want to be specifically in a combat role. I don't think there's something wrong with that. I don't think that that's sexist. I don't think that that's wrong. I do think that if you want to be an EOD ordinance, if you want to be that type of officer, that you should be able to pass all the EOD courses in which the men have to go through, because that is rigorous and it's tough. And yeah, if a guy can't pass, then he can't be in it either. So he wouldn't be able to keep up neither. But nonetheless, if a female wanted to have that combat role and she was able to pass all of the requirements and or prerequisites, I don't see why she shouldn't have it. So Pete's not saying that that's the case, that women can't be in combat roles at all, but he's saying if you do want to be in them, that you have to meet the highest male standard. So
barely see any women.
Based on their race, based on gender quotas, based on historic so-called firsts, we became the woke department. No more identity months, DEI offices, dudes in dresses. No more.
No more dudes in dresses. You know they have skirts that the women can wear, the military skirts, the officer uniform. You a dude, don't come in here with no skirt on. Don't come in here. We don't want to see that. Don't come in here with no lipstick, no eyeshadow, no fake eyelashes. Don't come in here with that mess. We want real men in our military, real men and real women, okay? Not fake.
Climate change worship. No more division, distraction, or gender delusions. We're done with
Gender delusions. No more gender delusions. Our eyes are not fooling us. We know what you are. We know what God gave you. We are not delusional. You are. So stop. Stop it. We ain't going for that no more. We not. You don't like it? Get the hell out.
each service will ensure that every requirement for every combat MOS, for every designated combat arms position, returns to the highest male standard only.
Yes, highest male standard only.
Have you ever wanted to see your home from space? With this free satellite Earth Maps tool, you can zoom right.
The highest male standard only. The highest. We've been giving y'all breaks. Breaks. You're not performing the highest standard of the military. Somebody's been feeling sorry for y'all asses. Somebody's been doing it, but we ain't doing it no more. If you don't like it, get your ass out the military.
Not about preventing women from serving. If women can make it, excellent. If not, it is what it is. If that means no women qualify for some combat jobs, so be it. Frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops.
Woo! It's hard looking at it. I can't take it no more. Fat women, fat men, fat. He ain't afraid to say the word fat. He's not afraid to say it.
Nope, he's sure not. And he should
Women,
be.
you can't do your job.
You can't be that sensitive in the military. Come on, bro. Stop.
You can't
Stop.
hold your weight.
You can't be in the military and be fat.
You can't do what a man do physically.
A sensitivity thing.
Then you need to leave. We ain't having this no more. We're not gonna lower our standards just to help you out so you can keep passing. We're not gonna do it. You wanna be a man in a man's military? Damn it, you're gonna have to act like one. Damn near. Be one.
Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon.
Like I said, they're supposed to be setting an example, but they're not. They eating too many damn steaks and lobster tails and cookies and cakes and pies.
And Swiss rolls.
Too damn much. They don't care about their weight. They don't care that their soldiers are looking at them. Well, hell, if he can be thick and chunky and fat and can't do nothing, hell, why can't I? Y'all let him get away with it. Why not me? Why is he better than me? Because he's a general? Because he's a captain? Because he's a lieutenant? That's double standards. That's the way they're going to be thinking. Yeah.
And leading commands around the country in the world. It's a bad look. Cut our hair, shave our beards, and adhere to standards. No more beardos. We're undertaking a full review of the department's definitions of so-called toxic leadership.
No more beards. My ex-husband had a profile because he bumps up real bad. I don't know how they gonna deal with that right there. Maybe they got some medicine for that. I have no idea.
Sometimes you get something called a shaving chick. But here's the thing that's crazy about that, right? Because that's why I said what branches were struggling in this area so much. Because in the Marine Corps, you can barely have a 5 o'clock shadow without getting in trouble, right? So obviously a lot of standards in the military have changed. Because now calling people fat is offensive, and telling people they need to work out and shave is offensive. And I'm like, bro, I haven't been on active duty in a couple of years, but what are we even talking about? I was literally telling my wife this. I said, do you know I can remember times of being in Walmart with my friends on a Saturday, and we're literally all in civilian attire, we're chilling, and a gunnery sergeant or a staff sergeant will come up to us and be like, hey, Marine, why you got a 5 o'clock shadow? Why you got that facial hair on your face? And I remember early on in the military, so this is like first couple months, first year, we're like, I mean, it's Saturday. And what do you think the gunnery sergeant or the staff sergeant said, or the first sergeant said? You think they thought, oh, my bad, Marine, it's Saturday. No, they literally was like, okay, it's Saturday, you're a Marine every day, tighten up. Go to your room, shave, and make sure you look better. And literally, you would think that it's a Saturday, so they wouldn't say that to you. When I was on active duty, that was normal. So I don't know when it became offensive to tell somebody to go shave and that you're fat. Bro, they used to call you fat body. Like if you were overweight, when I was serving on active duty, if you were overweight, they'd be like, hey, come over here, fat body. So yeah, I can tell a lot of this stuff has changed.
Because some men can't stand the razors. They can't. They might have to put you out. They might have to. Because they don't want you to have a beard for a reason. I don't know what that reason is. Now, if y'all know, put it on down in the comment section.
Usually it's for mask fittings, like gas masks, nerve agent masks, like things like that. So it doesn't fit properly if you have a beard on. So that's usually why you have to be clean shaven for proper fit, which that makes sense, you know. All right, last cut to the live stream, guys. Let's take a look at Cliff Buell, Christian content creator. People's lives are changed by this. This is the Charlie effect.
Watch this. I have been to church like twice my entire life. And since Charlie Kirk is unable to go to church this Sunday, I'm going to go and take his seat for him. And we'll see how it goes.
Charlie Kirk, look what you did. No parking. No parking at all. None. Had to park like 5 blocks away from church. Because everyone wants to come now. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Charlie.
We went to church today. It was the first time in 20 years. It was the first time for our children. We are raising 3 boys that will one day be men, and we want those boys to be as strong in their convictions as Charlie Kirk was.
Here's the line for the second service. And there's never a line. By the way, there's never a line.
Okay, I see. Thank you.
I didn't know Charlie Kirk, never met that guy before in my life. And something else that I've never done before in my life is believe in God. I'm going to wear this suit to church. I'm going to go to church. I'm going to try to be a better father, husband, and leader for my family.
Watch it. I think this is interesting. I can't tell you how many times I've been on a panel, in a live stream, a part of a live stream panel where people are talking about Charlie Kirk, and it's instantly, you know, it turns into race baiting, pandering, white supremacy, and all the things. And I'm thinking to myself, the biggest group of people I see most uninformed about Charlie Kirk are Black people. But I have seen the turn. I have seen the tide turn, and a lot of them have went down rabbit holes. There's one guy in particular who we've reacted to him on the channel before, went down rabbit holes because so many people were saying he was so racist that they wanted to find out what he was saying. And upon their own research, they found out this is the guy that you guys were saying was racist. Like upon their own research, they're realizing that this wasn't true about Charlie Kirk. I think it's interesting. The dude had a Billy Graham funeral. I say that because if you knew the way Billy Graham could fill a stadium, if you knew, you knew. A Billy Graham funeral, and he dies, and people all over the world are like, I'm going to go to church. I haven't been to church. I haven't read my Bible. I haven't been in 20 years. And the fact that I could still have a group of people saying this man was demonic, this man was racist, pastors are lifting up a white supremacist, I'm like, wow. Like the devil really is good at blinding even Christians. It's borderline scary to me what I'm seeing. So yeah, there'll come a day where we say evil is good and good is evil. And I think that day's been upon us for some time. But watching the last couple of weeks, I say it's scarily true. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and end that live stream because my battery's kicking anyway. But we'll be back tomorrow for the daily live stream. So I will see you guys then. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. Love yourselves. Love one another. And be peaceful. Peace.